Good evening to you. I hope you are doing great. So, just as I promised, this is a recap on population education. And without further ado, let's just go straight to the point. What are we looking at in specific? So, we have gone through the modules one after the other in form of your presentations, and by now, I expect that you will have gotten, materials from the different groups for your preparation. But like I said, looking at the topics you have worked on from introduction to population, you see the different subtopics under it, demographic concepts and theories, population growth and development. Looking at these three modules, I want you to pay rapt attention to the concept of demographic concepts. Now, most especially the demographic transition theory. What does demographic transition theory says? What are the tenets and principles of demographic transition theories? And how then can you relate demographic transition theory to what is currently happening in Nigeria in terms of our current population trends and dynamic? Does this population trend, does this um, demographic transition theory, the tenet, was it being followed in Nigeria as we speak, or we are so far off from it, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you examine demographic transition theory and what it says, is this what is obtainable in Nigeria as of today, where we have found ourselves, having a population of over 220 something million? So are we still maintaining what the core principles of demographic transition theory? Are we maintaining what it says, or we have totally deviated from it? And if we have deviated from it, how do we retrace our step backs? So this is very crucial, and you must look at that for the purpose of your success as far as this course is concerned. And then if you move away from this aspect, you look at the second phase of the course module in terms of family life education, importance, the different types of family, the reproductive health and rights, gender and population issues. We have different gender roles and expectation. You know, what is the expectation from female now? Is it different from male? Are we looking at both roles together? Things like that. What about the population education and youth in terms of sexuality education and reproductive health for youth? What is the best practices now? How are we handling it as in Nigeria as of today? So I want you to pay more particular emphasis on how population education can now help us to promote this reproductive health, you know, and the right of persons in Nigeria, where we have found ourselves in terms of our population growth and dynamics. How can we make informed decisions from this in such a way that it will help to promote reproductive health and rights of people in Nigeria? And of course, in implementing some of the um, in implementing programs and policies that can help promote reproductive health, family planning programs in Nigeria, there are some challenges to it. What are those challenges? You need to find out. Some groups have actually presented on that. Get those materials and see what are the challenges in implementing some of these programs and policies that are tailored towards population education growth and sustainable development in Nigeria. Now let's look at the third phase of the course module in terms of the population, environment, and sustainable development. You know, there's a particular group that talks about population and natural resource management. How far? Have we been able to manage these resources effectively, or we have mismanaged them such that we could not take care of our workforce, our vibrant youth? We could not, manage them towards uh, 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 um, contributing holistically to the development of the country and individual persons. So let's look at that area, very crucial. In terms of population education methodologies, what about the participatory learner-centered approaches? What are the different approaches that you can marry or integrate into uh, 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 marry those um, approaches with different methodologies such that we can integrate into the current curriculum or courses on population education in various subjects and disciplines. So can we then marry this participatory learner-centered approach with different multimedia or technology to drive population education courses or subjects in Nigeria? That's another angle, or that's area you can look at, this, and it's very, very important. So you want to discuss, like I said earlier, gender roles, expectations in Nigerian society. Then, in terms of gender equality initiatives, how far has it contributed to addressing population-related challenges in Nigeria? Should also think about that or reflect on it. Then, in terms of sexuality education, like I said before, reproductive health programs, do we have such in Nigeria as we speak? Different reproductive health programs, and if we are sure that we do, are they effective? Most especially for the youth, are they effective for the youth? Yeah. So another area you should think about is strategies for youth participation in population-related initiatives. Are our youth willing or motivated to participate in some of these things? A very good example is population census. Do not let us look at the monetary gain. In terms of individual motivation, both internal or internal, that let's focus on internal motivation. Are they really motivated to participate in population programs, population census, and all that too? You could look at strategies that could help us enhance youth participation in some of these population initiatives. Another area you should look at is giving examples or discussing more on participatory and learner-centered approaches, like I mentioned earlier, and how we can combine these approaches to, or integrate it with multimedia technology, so that population and education courses or subjects can be taught effectively and efficiently, both in the secondary and in the tertiary institutions. How can we promote them, given the rate at which our population is growing, and there is not enough resource allocation to take care of our growing population? So you should focus your attention on that. Then if you look at the last aspect, which is cultural challenges, strategies in population education, so we'll be looking at benefits and challenges. What are the benefits and challenges uh, 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 of population education? So if you're able to ruminate with all of these things that I've said, and dig deep into having your thoughts around this and your notes, you should be able to scale through at the end of the day. So look at all these areas and see how far you can go, rather than reading all sort of things. So I want to say thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best in your exam. Thank you.